to use needles. Remove the lead. Pinch the top of the guide. Through the small hole in front of the needle tip. Go through the needle. Thread the lead into until it passes through the end of the poke needle. That's it. You're done. Find the thread. Run the thread through the lead. Pull a short distance. Then pull the extra lead on the front end of the tip. Pulling will out of the hole of a needle. Then remove the lead. You can take a look. It looks like this after wearing it. The wool comes out of the needle and then through the eye of the needle. This is the correct way to thread. Excess thread in front of the needle tip. Take back about 3 to 5 centimeters. The length of the thread. It can be adjusted according to the gear used. Take a look at the production process of the heart. Make rose daisies first. Then make leaves and branches. Then make 5-petal flower buds. Finally turn to the back to trim the threads and sew the embroidery. So it's done. How to make roses. You can see 3 dots inside the circle. If there are no 3 dots in the circle, you need to add it with a washable pen. Insert the needle from one of the points. Extract the thread from the back. Lift the needle. Adjust the oblique direction of the poking needle. The needle should be next to the sleeve. Poke down in the direction where the next needle is to be inserted. To the 3rd point. Lift the needle. Adjust the oblique direction of the poking needle. Next stitch. Insert the needle almost in the middle of this line segment. Insert the needle about the middle of the next line segment. Again. Poke down in the same way. When the rose is poked larger, can be in the next line segment. Insert the needle a little to the right in the middle. Poke down in this way until the bottom circle is full. Press and hold the thread to disconnect. Poke the thread to the back. Gently unfold the roses with the tip of a needle or finger. Adjust it. So this rose is finished. Demonstrate it again with this rose. Like this, 2 rose red roses are finished. How to make daisies. First, poke the round flower core part. Flower core part's poking method. It is roughly the same as the poking method of roses. Insert the needle from the lower right position of the circle. Poke the position above the circle. The next needle is poked at the lower left of the circle. Insert the needle about the middle of the next line segment. Poke according to the size of the circle. The number of circles fills the bottom circle. Break the thread and poke the thread to the back. Then take out the yarn. 23. To make daisy petals. Insert the needle from the outside of one of the petals. Poke to the inside of the daisy heart. Poke back the first needle into the needle. Then poke the inside of the daisy flower core. Disconnect. Adjust it. According to the same poking method, poke the remaining petals of this daisy in turn. Adjust the petals. Gently unfold the flower core with the tip of a needle or finger, so a daisy is poked. Leaves and branches. Be careful when poking leaves and branches. It's all poked from the inside to the outside. Poke inside out. Insert the needle from the inside of the leaf. Thread drawn to the back. Pay attention to the oblique opening of the poke needle, always in the direction of the mole. Adjust the oblique port direction of the poking needle. Poke a needle into the left thread of the leaf. Poke back to the midline of the leaf. Insert the needle a little above the first needle insertion. Poke a needle into the right thread of the leaf. Also poke back into the midline of the leaf. Poke a needle to the left thread. Poke back to the midline. Poke a needle into the right thread. Poke back to the midline. Repeat this method. Keep poking down. As you can see, the location here is relatively small. Poke the needle directly to the top. Poke back to the midline. Disconnect. So a leaf is poked. Demonstrate the poking paper of a small leaf. And watch how the branches pokes the branches. Insert the needle from the inside of the branch. Poke it in the right direction. Poke back into focus. Poke a needle in the left direction. Poke back into focus. Insert the needle at the next bifurcation, focus. Poke it in the right direction. Poke back into focus. Poke a needle in the left direction. Poke back into focus. Poke down in the same way. Then poke to the top of the branch. Poke back into focus. Disconnect. And then the branch is finished. How to make 5-petal flowers. Insert the needle from the center point. Lift the needle. You run a needle through one of the petals. Poke back to the center. Insert the needle from another petal. Poke back to the center. And then insert the needle from the other petals. Poke back to the center. Repeat this method to poke the remaining petals. Disconnect. So a 5-petaled flower is poked and made. Demonstrate again. How to make small buds. And here's a little flower bud to illustrate it. Insert the needle from the lower right position of the circle. Poke the position above the circle. The next frame is poked at the lower left of the circle. Insert the needle about the middle of the next line segment. Number of circles according to the size of the circle. Just fill the bottom circle. Disconnect. Adjust it. Such a small bud is finished poking. The small buds on the branches are demonstrated again. Final stitching.